Oh, that's right. You gotta have the food. The all-important menu, right? Well, happening today, Macy's is hosting a Tasty Tailgate event at Somerset to get you ready for the big game. And this morning, I'm joined by Chef Mark from Bad Brad's BBQ. He's going to give us some ideas on what we can serve up at the Super Bowl party. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having us.
And really, just, I mean, the studio just smells absolutely incredible.
It's infectious.
Right
it's
now.
infectious.
It really
You can't hide it.
All right, so tell us about this event. What's happening?
Well, today at 2 o'clock today at Macy's at Somerset Mall, I'm going to be doing some demos on just some of the things that we do at the restaurant, some good tailgating ideas that you guys can do at home, and I'll give you some recipes for that, and they're all pretty simple once you know how to do it. So,
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Get some ideas. All right,
Absolutely.
and so one of the things you're going to be making?
Mac and cheese.
All right.
Mac and cheese is by far our biggest seller at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. It's a huge number how much
Yeah.
we sell. We go through. When we make our mac and cheese sauce at the restaurant, we make it at 18 gallons at a time,
Oh,
and we
wow.
make it multiple times. So
I'm sure.
it's a lot of sauce.
Okay, so let's get started. Tell us what you do.
Well, the first thing that we do is we start with whole milk. We want whole milk. We want that little bit extra fat in there, and then what we do is we kind of steep it. And when I steep it, you just kind of get it in hot. And once it gets hot, you can start adding some of your spices. Like I have a granulated onion right here, so you get the granulated onion in there. And if you wanted, you could use whole onions, but if you wanted to strain them out and get them out, but the dried spices work okay. So I got some granulated garlic, and then once this comes together, and then there's a couple ways you can thicken. You have to thicken the cheese sauce somehow, either with a roux, which is flour and butter, or with starch, which is cornstarch and water. And we choose the cornstarch and water. It's a little easier to work with, and for everybody at home, it's a big process to make roux, so it's much easier just to add water and cornstarch.
Okay.
So essentially, this is what this is right here. So just a little bit of this stuff goes a long way.
Thicken it up.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, you don't have any body to the sauce, and it doesn't stick to the noodles. And so this is a really important part. So once this gets going here, and it only takes about a minute or so. Once it gets really hot, the cornstarch sets, and then at this point you can start adding your cheeses. So at the restaurant, we use 6 different kinds of cheeses in our mac and cheese. And the first thing is it's quality ingredients. Everything we start with is quality ingredients. So that's the number one thing. So we got some Parmesan cheese, and I put the Parmesan in first just because of the fact that it's a harder cheese and it takes just a little longer to melt. Yep. Okay. And then once you get that, then you got your cheddar cheese. And we use actually 2 kinds of cheddar cheese. We use a yellow cheddar and also a white cheddar.
What's next?
And some provolone.
All right.
And then once you get the provolone in there, and then get it all in there. Now it's going to look, initially it's going to look really thick and really cheesy, and then what's going to happen is it's going to eventually break down, and then it's going to be to a nice sauce consistency. So this is probably take maybe anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes, but just work it really good, get everything in there. Okay. And then as that's going, I got a little bit of fresh thyme. We put fresh thyme in our mac, so that's about a tablespoon of that. We have some fresh cracked pepper, and you have to do the fresh crack. There's a huge difference between that ground.
It's fresh.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah.
They're completely different, and it's so much better with fresh cracked pepper and some salt. Okay. And then we bring that all together.
All right, and while you're doing that, talk to us about what else you have at your place.
We have 3 locations. We have one in New Baltimore, one in Shelby Township, and one in Clinton Township, and we're actually opening another one in Orion Township in the beginning of next year. So it's a lot of stuff going on. So it's pretty exciting. And so we make everything from scratch. I mean, literally everything from scratch, from our rubs to our sauces to our desserts. You name it, we make it.
And you brought it. You brought it all here.
We brought some sandwiches.
Chris Edwards, he's got dibs on some of these.
Yeah.
Chris, you can come over if you'd like. And you've got you said some pig candy.
Pig candy. People are crazy about this stuff. It's double smoked bacon that's been kind of like marinated in sugar and chipotle powder, and then we smoke it, and then it's just it's awesome. It's sweet, salty, smoky. It's really good.
Okay. So, I know we're running out of time a little bit, but this is just going to be
simple as that.
Together,
add them together, mix them together, and then putting some cheese on top and bake it in the oven, and voila, there you go. You got some mac and cheese.
Chris, come on, you see, look at this hand. Can you see that hand? Oh, there, yeah. We know who that belongs to.
Can you tell us quickly what's on this?
Well, it's really simple. It's sugar and chipotle powder and lots of love.
Sweet and savory.
Yeah,
I think we know what we're having for breakfast,
yes,
right?
Yes.
All right,
that's
Chef
something
Mark,
you can have.
Thank you so much. We'll have all the details on our website, WXYZ.com. Just check the Scene on 7 section. We'll be right back.